Welcome to week 6, guys. This is going to be peer review week, so you have a relatively light workload. Aside from your rough draft being due this Wednesday, the only thing you have to do is 1, submit your rough draft, and then 2, read someone else's rough draft and give them some suggestions. So I'm sitting here in the week 6 content folder, September 21 through the 27th. The first thing you're going to want to do is read the paragraph structure, or excuse me, watch the paragraph structure video. What that is, while I was grading the final drafts of the reflective narrative, which should all be graded by now, I noticed that the most common error was actually paragraph structure, and that is following a topic sentence, explaining your topic sentence, and then using a transition inside a single paragraph and not deviating from what your topic sentence focuses on. So watch that video to kind of get an idea of what I'm looking for in paragraph structure, and then apply that to your writing in the rough draft for writing project 2. Once you do that, go ahead and watch the Otis College peer writing review process. What that is it's a video over the traditional review process and kind of what it's used for and how revision is generally used in the classroom. Now, of course, we're in an online classroom, so it makes things a little bit more difficult. In the future, we will be doing online face-to-face meetings via Skype, but not this week. This week, your only job is to log into, Blackboard, go to the week 6 content folder and click on this guy right here, Writing Project 2 Rough Draft. You click on that, and then once you're in here, I want you to create the thread and write your name first, so Emily Student, that would be your full name, and then just write Rough Draft. And then down here in the message, you can either do one of two things. You can either copy and paste your rough draft here, or you can actually attach it via the Browse My Computer file or option. It doesn't make a difference which one you use, but either way, whichever way you put it in there, then submit it. I'm not going to because I don't want this to submit. But you do that, and then that will submit your rough draft for everyone to see in the class. Once you have done that, then you want to come back to the week 6 content folder and review these peer review questions. So you'll open these guys up, and you're going to have 15 questions here. These questions are basically what I look for whenever I am grading your guys' essays. So in the future, what I'm trying to kind of do is wean you off of having a teacher look over your essays and be able to rely on peers and other people and yourselves for doing your own revision and editing. Ideally, revision involves someone else, but sometimes you just don't have anybody else to look over your paper. So nonetheless, what I've provided here are 15 things that you should always ask yourself. And so what I want you to do is after you submit your rough draft, go back into the discussion board, read someone else's rough draft, and then answer 4 questions from these peer review questions and give them to the person whose essay you're reading. So if you get on and you read Tommy McSample essay's rough draft, you need to come in here, pick 2 questions from page 1. So from 1 to 9, I want you to pick 2 questions and answer those with regard to this person's essay. Now remember, each question answer requires a 2-sentence minimum, so make sure you do that. Once you answer 2 questions from this side of the page, go to the second page, and I want you to choose 2 questions from this side as well for a total of 4 questions. Just make sure you pick 2 from the front page, 2 from the second page. One other thing that I want you guys to take note of is that on number 14 and 15, they are writing project specific. So make sure you're not in writing project 1, 3, or 4, because right now we're in writing project 2. So only answer writing project 2's question, and make sure you're in the right writing project whenever you're answering that question, if that's the one you choose, because you only have to choose 2 from this side and 2 from the first page. Let's see, so once you do that, let me get back to the week 6 content here. Once you do that, the 2 things, submit your own rough draft, and then go back and read someone else's and answer 4 peer review questions, 2 from the front side, 2 from the second page. And after that, you are done for the week. Aside from, of course, actually working on your final draft. If you work on it this week, great. If you push it off until next week, that's fine as well. It's not actually due until the 4th. That's the final draft. The rough draft needs to be submitted into the discussion board there by this Wednesday. And let's see. Once you do that, make sure you get a reply to someone else by the end of the week. That way they have all of next week to integrate your suggestions into their final draft. And the same thing goes for you. At the end of the week, kind of check back, look at the suggestions, or maybe even earlier if you end up being one of the first ones who get replies to your essays. Look back and take those suggestions, try and find some way to integrate changes into your essay, and make your final draft that much better. So again, the final draft is due on the 4th. The rough draft is due this coming Wednesday, and by the end of the week, make sure you reply to someone else's essay. And of course, if you ever have questions, be sure to go to the Start Here section, type those questions in there, or if you want, you can. If you did meet me on Skype this week, you have my Skype information. You can actually ask me questions there. That goes in real time because it goes right to my phone. You can also text me or call me, which also go to my phone. And then there is also the standard email way, which of course that goes to my phone as well. So no matter what, if you contact me, it goes straight to my phone. So I should be replying back pretty quickly. Other than that, have a good week for week 6, and if you need any help, be sure to reach out and let me know. Other than that, I'll see you guys next week.